Hey everyone, Elizabeth Scala here from elizabethscala.com. Today we're going to talk about a really interesting topic that I'm sure you can relate to. It is called the way we do things around here. So real quick example, I was a brand new nurse. I worked on a psychiatric unit. I was 6 months in, fresh off of orientation. I came into night shift, and on my unit we had 2 nurses working night shift for a 22-bed unit. I reported to work expecting to hear from the charge nurse what the plan was for the evening, and come to find out I was the charge nurse. So right there was a fun, fresh surprise. The nurse that was working with me hadn't even been a nurse for a couple of months, so we were both really newbies. It was middle of the shift, probably around 2 o'clock-ish in the morning, and we received a admission from the emergency department who came up, and that person had been in the ED for quite some time. So as I was getting ready, to do the admission, I was in our sort of kitchenette area and got some crackers and juice and stuff. And one of the techs, the sort of lead tech who had been working on that unit for eons, probably decades, dozens of years, came up to me and said, "What are you doing? What's going on? What are you doing with that food?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to give it to the patient, to the admission that's coming up for coming to our floor." And she said, No, we cannot give anybody food at night. If we give them food right now, then they'll expect food every night. Then every patient will be coming up to the nurse's station asking for food. We can't do that. We don't give food around here. Now, I was torn between knowing that the patient had been in the ED for 36 hours, was probably extremely tired, was going to be likely irritable, cranky, not the happiest of campers. And I tend to patients' needs as a nurse. That's what we do, right? On the other hand, I had the challenge of this tech who had been working on this unit for decades and who shared with me the way that they do things around here. Being a new nurse, I wanted to fit in, of course. I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to upset this tech. I wanted to be able to delegate to them in the future. And I also knew if I rocked the boat with this tech, there's a potential that, other techs wouldn't want to work kindly with me. So I'm sure many of you can relate to this scenario thinking about your nursing career. You know as the nurse what's the right thing to do, and then there is sort of the way things are done, the way we do things around here. What I want to challenge you with today in this video is to go with your gut. Go with that nursing instinct. Realize that staff members will come and go, and certainly even those who are there for decades will come around. What happened was I did choose to give the patient food. I chose to do what I wanted to do as the nurse. Of course, for a while I had some sort of rebuttal attitude from the tech and others. But the thing was, I stayed on that unit and rose to the challenge of charge nurse and advocated for patients and gave great care, and as charge nurse delegated in a very fair fashion, stepping into my leadership role on that unit. So short term, of course, there was some uncomfortable working environments, but longer term, and it's typical yet unfortunate that this has to happen, I won the affection. I proved myself to the techs. I showed that I was this good nurse who would do the right thing. So again, going back to what I challenge you to do today, going forward in your nursing career, if you come up against the comment, "This is the way things are done around here," first off, question why. That's the beauty of nursing. We have the literature we can turn to. We can look at the evidence and really question why we're doing things one way or another. Secondly, as I've already stated, go with your gut, go with your intuition, go with what you know is right as the registered nurse. Realize that it's your license and that you are delegating to the unlicensed personnel, that you really are there to do what's best for the safety, for the outcomes of the patient. So even though I wanted to fit in, even though I wanted to make a situation more comfortable, I chose the uncomfortable route in that moment, and you may have to do the same. But that's where support comes in. That's where community comes in. And there are nurses out there doing great things to take care of each other. I myself have 2 online communities, the Art of Nursing Facebook community and the Your Next Shift Facebook community. And I'll put links beneath this video. So remember, question why. Look at the evidence. Why are we doing things the way that we are? Stand your ground, sort of go with your gut, your instinct, your nursing license, and get support. Talk to other nurses about this. Ask for help. Talk with your colleagues. If you don't feel comfortable talking at work, come online to a supportive network. So if you've enjoyed this video, and first off, thanks for watching, but if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to visit elizabethscala.com for more information, resources, and of course, a supportive community. Thank you.